Hey everyone, welcome back to Mini Bike Mike's Garage. And as you can see, behind me is the Honda CT70, the candy gold. This is the bike that we traded a Honda Z50R, traded it to get this bike. And I've got 3 or 4 other videos on it where we first tore it all down. Actually, we got it running. We diagnosed it had a problem with the head. Then we tore it down. Then we started putting it back together. And this video was supposed to be a video of the final stage of assembly. This was, what we're doing right here is not what I really had planned to post, but we had some few issues along the way. So I think I will show that to you. It did start in the first 3 or 4 kicks of when we first got it assembled back together. Let me show you. All right, well, what do you say we put some fuel in it? See if it will start again. Don't have a battery, but I believe it's got a jumper that somebody has installed. So we shouldn't need a battery. Carburetor didn't leak before we tore it apart. Let's hope it doesn't leak now. That ought to be plenty. I have not even checked to see if it has, we changed the key switch. The wiring harness looked to be in pretty decent shape. So I'm hoping that I'm just kind of killing time, letting the carburetor fill up with fuel. It should be ready to go now. Okay, we put a new key switch on it. I just kind of cleaned up the wiring harness. I might have had to repair one little spot or something where it was chewed, if I remember right. I have not checked to see if we even have spark since we put this on here. All right, so we got the choke on. Fuel is in the reserve setting. How many kicks? At least a few, isn't it? I believe I put oil in the engine. Yep, engine's got plenty of oil. So as you can see, it fired right up. Everything was good and so forth. The bike ran great. But the issue we had was a little bit of excess oil, and it smoked like a freight train. Well, let me show you that too, because it's pretty funny. Hopefully this will go away. I think it's from where I had the engine turned all upside down cleaning it. Because I don't remember it smoking that bad before. So I thought, you know what, it's we had the engine turned upside down and we did, cleaning it and doing a bunch of stuff. The smoke is just, from excess stuff running into the cylinder and so forth. Let's go take it for a ride. So we decided, I decided, hey, let's go ride it. Man, it runs great. Here, I'll show you. All the gears work pretty well. Seems like it runs pretty decent. speedometer's working, but I want to take it another lap or so and make sure that the odometer's working. Wrong way. Yeah, seems to be working all right. Still smoking like a freight train. I don't think it was doing that before. But I did. I had this thing turned upside down for quite some time. I'm going to let it run for a while. Hopefully that'll clear up. Okay, I don't have a battery, but let's, hopefully you guys can see it. Yeah, and that must have been high beam because I saw the high beam light come on. Yep. Yeah. We're good. All right, I'm gonna let this. I'm gonna let it run for a while. Hopefully that smoke will clear up and I'll bring you guys back in a second. I don't even know if you can tell that I had the headlights on, could you? Headlight work. So I rode the bike probably 3/4 of a mile around the couple blocks, few blocks around the neighborhood. And as I pulled up to a stop sign across the street from the shop, waiting for some traffic to pass, I noticed it started to kind of run, poorly. You could tell it wasn't running the same. It ran great the entire time, and it died on me as I was waiting on a car to pass. And so I pushed it across the street back over to here and put it back up on the table, and was just kind of diagnose what in the world happened to it. Here, I'll just show you. You're going to see what caused the issues that I had next. Whatever. And as I touch that, do you see right there? And there's our gasket that we blew out right there. I thought maybe I couldn't remember if it was this one or the other one. It seemed like when I put that intake, remember we replaced this head, and this is the replacement head that I put on here. And when I put the intake on, I kind of thought, boy, those threads in that head on one of those holes seem kind of iffy. Well, it's that one. It vibrated and backed out, didn't hold it tight. So I've got to back up and punt and see what's going on, if I need to put a helicoil or what I need to do. Maybe I can put a longer bolt. Maybe there's some longer threads down in the head that are still good to catch it. I've got to do that. So we're not done yet with the little Candy Gold CT70. So let me see what I have to do there. All right, so I fixed the issue with the intake. I wound up putting some longer bolts, and I found a few threads down at the bottom that would hold it tight. I really didn't like it. I didn't like going with the mismatched hardware, but I thought, okay, it'll work. It's good enough. And so I got it all put back together. Well, then we had a no-run issue again. Here you go. Well, the saga continues. I hated to put incorrect hardware, but I didn't have any of the Honda bolts that were the right length, but I did find 2 bolts that I could get to go down into some deeper threads. Got a really good connection, good and solid. Thought, okay, we're ready to go. I can't get the bike to fire up, and it's getting fuel. It's got plenty of spark. We seem to have lost compression. I'm wondering, I don't seem to have the other half of that. I'm wondering if that didn't get sucked down in and is maybe holding the intake valve open. I'm not really sure. But because of the problems here, I think maybe I'm gonna look for another head. We're gonna yank that one off of there, see if we can diagnose what the heck happened, but it will not start. with the setup that we have right now. So, all right. So now all of that brings us up to where we are today. I came in today. I had prepped another head, just in case we needed it. And we pulled the other head, or the head that was on the bike. We pulled it off and found out, well, here, I'll show you what we found. Well, here we go, moment of truth. I think I've got everything loose. Oh, don't tell me I got that front tire off. So close. Now we got the spark plug wire stuck in there too. There we go. I don't know. There we go. Yeah, I think that's, I wonder if it's that gasket. You can see some stuff like right there. Yeah, that's that gasket material, I bet. And I think there was some other here. Let's see, can we see daylight? Hang on. Huh. Yeah. All right. So that's why it lost compression. I'm gonna try and show it to you guys. I gotta look up here at the light. I don't know if this will work or not. See the little daylight shining through that hole? Bottom left, that bottom right, or kind of dead center right. That intake valve is being held open, and that is why we lost compression. But I tell you what, I don't think I want to go back with this head because of the thread issue on the intake. This isn't a bike I'm probably going to keep, and I certainly don't want to pass a headache to someone else down the road. So I think I will go ahead and, even though the bike ran so well, but I think I'm going to take this head off, and we're going to go with this one, which I've gone through and made sure all the threads are good. So I think we're going to go ahead and put that one on, and then button this thing up and see how that fits, or see how it runs with that. But I just really don't want to put this on here and then sell it to somebody, and then those Allen screws work out, Allen head bolts work out, and somebody complain. I just don't want to do that to somebody. So all right, so I'm going to clean this up, and I am going to install this head on the engine, and let's see how that works. So because the other head had the intake gasket stuck in the valve and was causing a loss of compression, I didn't want to go back with that head because of those bolts, as I stated previous in the video. So we put the other head on it and put it all back together. And then lo and behold, the thing wouldn't run again, and had plenty of compression, plenty of spark, but I don't know if jostling everything around, the bike was running great. Well, up until it died over there, and I assumed it was the intake leak, but we got some trash in the carburetor. So earlier today, I wound up having to take the carb back apart, clean all that, put it all back together, but we're finally in good shape. It seems to run well. And well, here, I've got a little bit, the end of this video kind of prepared for you. So I'll just let that play out, and you'll see it. Well, guys, I'm happy to say after back and forth with this thing, I think I finally have it. This smoke seems to have cleared up. Mitts might smoke a little bit. I'm sure with the damage that was done to that head, that the rings are probably not in great shape either. You can see it's got a little puff. It's cold. I'm pretty pleased with the way it turned out. It's not perfect. It's a decent little rider. All right, viewers, that should wrap up another build in Mini Bike Mike's garage. I actually think she turned out really, really nice. It's got its flaws. We didn't paint it. We didn't change the decals and so forth, but everything works on it. All the lights work. The horn it buzzes, but it doesn't like honk. The wiring's good. I don't have a battery in it. It's just got a jumper wire to allow it to run. So I don't know if a battery would help it out or not. But it seems to have cleared up on all the smoking issues that it had. And let me start it up for you. I'm really pretty pleased with it. We'll do a walk around here in just a second. I put a new ignition switch in it. And I think it might pump a little bit at first start up. But it seems to have, come into it. But, you saw me ride it and so forth. So it's actually, it shifts gears nice. It's a nice little rider. If you're just looking to have a bike that you just want to run around the yard or take to shows or whatever. I don't have a title for it, so unfortunately, it's not going to come with a title. So I will give you a bill of sale if you want that. It would be an Indiana bill of sale. I can pass that along with the bike. But if this is something you're interested in, and you want to buy this bike, hit me up. I don't do this for a living. I don't do this to make a shit ton of money. This is just something I do to have fun. I love working on these things. I'm not really here to teach you guys how to do it, but if you pick up something along the way, well, that's awesome too. Really, the videos are more just kind of entertainment than anything else, I guess, is what I'm really shooting for. I hope you enjoy them. Number of subscribers and followers that we have, I think you guys do, but $2,300. How about that? I see other ones listed on Facebook or whatever in the groups, and they're $2,500, and they're projects. I mean, they're rough. They don't even run or ride. This one runs and rides. It's got a lot of new parts on it. Headlight, the whole headlight assembly. Levers, switches, all the wiring. I put a new seat on it. It's got brand new brakes on it. It's got a speedometer cable that's brand new. But then again, it's got some flaws. I got the spark plug wire is just taped up. It's got some issues with decals. The handlebars have got some scuffs on it that you could probably see earlier in the video. The paint is not all that great, but hey, it is what it is. It's a running, riding, vintage Honda Trail 70. So anyway, if you're interested in it, let me know. First one to get me $2,300. Now that's picked up in Martinsville, Indiana, 46151. I don't ship. I don't look into what shipping costs. If you need it shipped, that's going to be on you. So anyway, guys, appreciate you following along, watching. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.